Hi, I'm Sarah from The Upcoming. Such a pleasure to meet you. It's hard to believe this is the first big studio queer rom-com. How does it feel to be presenting it here in the UK tonight?
It's a thrill to get to screen it here. It's really, I love British audiences, love comedy and smart comedy, and my experience with showing my movie, so it's really cool.
And what can audiences expect from this one in particular?
I think, screening it, people laugh hard from start to finish. You often don't even hear the jokes because people are laughing so hard, and a little bit of crying, but like good crying.
And what an amazing cast with Luke, but in particular Billy. He was there as co-writer, passion project of his. What was it like working with these two talents?
It was a fantastic experience. I mean, Billy and I worked on this movie for 5 years from start to finish, and I'm really proud of it, and I'm proud of how layered and depth it is. And Luke was so fun to work with too. It was a really great experience.
What were some of your favourite moments? I mean, it's not afraid to poke fun at the genre, at other gay cinema. It really leans into the comedy as well as the romance.
Yeah. I mean, I really love shooting in Provincetown. We shoot this scene in Provincetown, which is a beautiful little town in Massachusetts. I love shooting the museum scenes. They were so funny. Every single person in those scenes were pretty. And then honestly, working with Billy and every time I shot with Billy, he kind of jumps off the screen, and he has such a fascinating screen presence that I always love working with him. And Luke was fantastic too.
And do you think things are changing in terms of representation on screen? Because it isn't just in indie cinema; it does matter in mainstream cinema as well. Are things moving forward, or do we need to still make more progress?
I mean, you can always make more progress, but things are moving, I think, in a great direction. I mean, particularly because of streaming. I think there's so many new voices being heard and so many stories being told. And the more fresh stories you tell, like, it's not just like good for people. They're the most entertaining stories. If you think about the different movies and TV shows that have come out that have been fresh, that's always coming from a new perspective. Yeah, I mean, romantic comedy, I think, is the most human of genres. It's seeing two people fall in love. You can't really hide behind anything. If the characters don't work, the thing doesn't work. If the actors don't have that chemistry, it doesn't work. And it's a really hard genre because of that, because it has to be psychologically, weirdly more complex than it seems for it to work. And I think with this movie, I mean, obviously, given the subject matter, there's this sort of story hasn't really been told on this big a canvas before, and that's a really exciting thing to get to do and get to be a part of. So they're kind of, in the fine tradition of rom-coms, it's an opposites attract thing. They're both intelligent. They're both really smart guys. They both have their shit together. They're not they're not hot messes. Professional guys. Billy's very intellectual, and he's very confident in his intellect. The Luke's character is a bit more he's more physically confident, and I think they both feel insecure about the other stuff. I think Billy's character feels a bit insecure about the way he looks and the way he is in the world, and Luke feels insecure that he's not smart enough for Billy. So that's that sort of dynamic that allows the movie to work. Yeah, I think it's all part of the same story. I never see a difference between the drama and the comedy, or the romance and the comedy. It all comes from the same place, which is trying to tell an honest story about two people.
Very, very.